thinking just because you a single parent or a mom of two that you are so desperate to be with somebody that you'll be with anybody. Baby, if I was that desperate, I would have stayed with that man.
If you meet a single mother and her first sentence is, my ex was a narcissist, my ex was an ex, my ex, and she talks about how terrible he was, this is a huge red flag.
You don't think black women respect black men?
No. Most black women don't even respect their black daddies. Start there.
Today we're going to be breaking down why guys are not dating single moms in 2025. And the last video is going to prove why women miss out on a nice guy and pay for it later in life. I don't want to hold you. Go ahead and hit the like button. Definitely share the video. This is your first time watching. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get to it.
Let y'all tell it, y'all. Single moms ain't supposed to date at all. We got to wait until the kids get grown and have their own kids to start back dating. You got me up. And then it get on my nerves because y'all be like, oh, you need to find somebody who's good for your kids. No, I need to find somebody who's good for me. It's up to me to vet this person out because my kids are going to see them loving me, loving on me. You get what I'm saying? Like, yes, they need to be good for the kids, but they need to be good for you because some people are good parents and not good partners. And your children need to see you have a good partner.
Make sure you keep them as a partner, but too many of you try to turn them into the real dad, or you try to set the kids up to have two dads. So if one father doesn't do anything, the stepfather comes in for cleanup, so your children get the best of both worlds. That's what really happens.
You know what I'm saying? They got a daddy. They got a daddy who be getting them. But on my end, I need somebody who's a good partner with me. We got to make sure we good. We getting along. We love each other for real. So, you feel me? And then y'all be like, okay, well, most single mamas be looking for somebody to help them with their kids. That's not what I'm looking for. I mean, you know that you're going to have to help with the kids when you're trying to date a single mama anyway. So I don't have to include that in my requirements, but you know that's what you're going to have to do.
If it's not included in your requirement, why is it a requirement? That man is not there to help you out whenever you need it. You already stated they had a father. So let's try to keep all the financial expenses on to the main father, not the stepdad. Now you're contradicting yourself, lady.
If you don't want to help nobody when they got their kids, why the fuck you date people with kids? It don't make sense. You gotta be like, you shouldn't even date around your kids. I don't date around my kids. I date around my kids' schedule. You feel me? When I don't have them, I'm dating. When I have them, I'm momming. Balance. You already knew what you was working with before you came over here.
This is why I tell guys, if you're gonna deal with a single mother, make sure you date her and stay at your own house. Too many of you dudes have a void in your family and you want to step up and try to be daddy and help her out because you think she's in need. Do this, just date her and keep your own place, and dating a single mother will go easy. When you move in, things change.
Yeah, y'all, I just don't understand why y'all feel like we shouldn't date. Yeah, because I'm a mom, I can't fuck nothing. I can't get enough, I can't get enough. Come on now. I can't fuck nothing.
You can definitely get your cheeks clapped. That's why most guys want your number anyway.
How you think they got here? Come on. No. The urge to want to fuck don't stop because you got kids. It don't.
And she's right. Of course she wants to get her cheeks clapped. But what she's not understanding is that's what most guys only want. They're not trying to come into your life and be daddy number 2 to make up for what daddy number 1 don't do. And then if he tries to even have any type of authority, you're going to remind them that they have a father. Let's make it make sense.
As a single mom, you're bound to hear, lower your standards. Nobody wants to date a single mom. Those are brokies talking to you because a kid comes with responsibility. But a high value man, a provider, doesn't even have to be a wealthy man. But a high value man, as long as you're looking good, they're gonna date you. There's men out here dating married women. They don't care if you got a husband, let alone a kid. Okay? So just, as long as you're looking good, you're good, mama, don't sweat it.
Men don't mind clapping the cheeks of a beautiful single mother, but men are not trying to move in and be father of the year nowadays. They used to maybe 15, 20 years ago, but when a high value man does have money, he's not gonna care if she's a single mom or not because he doesn't plan on being around her or raising her children. That's a different ball game. Any guy would clap the cheeks.
No man wants to be second to a woman who has kids. Is this a thing? Like, do y'all feel like if you date a single mom that you are second to her kids? And what is it that causes you to feel this way? Is it the way she treats you? Like, what are the things that make a man feel like if they're dating a single mother, they are second to her kids? What if she's giving you all her time? What if she's splitting custody 50-50 and she's giving you 50% majority of her time, and even when her kids are around, she's catering to you just like she would any man, even if you were the father of her kids? I just want to understand why a man would say this to me, saying no man wants a woman that has kids because he's second to her kids. Is this a thing?
Yes. Let me explain. When you're a stepdad, you have no authority over the children, so you will want to bring structure. But when you're in a relationship with a single mother, you're gonna notice her and her children, they have like this plan going on between them, and you're just the outsider. So if you try to come in and have any authority, then she's gonna look at you like, those are my kids, you have no say so. So the kids' moods, how they feel and what they want gets overrode. Most stepdads get to sit back and watch the children mess their life up. Most of the kids are going to be bad. So when a man sees a woman raising bad kids, he says, hey, you're putting those kids over me, because if you were putting me over the kids, then these kids would have some type of discipline, and then we would be able to train them on being better parents together. That's the whole point of men not wanting to raise your children, because it's a thankless job that you literally are not going to have any control over, but you got to deal with the burden of her children being bad.
I'm more mad at myself. I'm more mad at myself that I allowed this shit to happen, because it's affecting my daughter, and it's not something I can take back. It's not something that I can just like go back in time and change it up. It's like the consequences of my actions. It's me ignoring everything that God was trying to show me day in and day out, because I knew the type of person he already was. I knew that he didn't have it in him. I knew that his core value is trash. Like, I hate that I allowed this shit to get to this point, and there's no takebacks.
Most single mothers have that regret where they done had a kid with the bad guy that wasn't good for them. But you have to understand, that was the guy that you was in love with, and you had the kid thinking that he was gonna jump into survival mode after the kid, because your natural reaction after having a child is survival mode. This is why a lot of single mothers, once the kid's here, they wake up like, oh man, I got a bummy dude, but I had the kid hoping that the bummy dude will mature. That's what it really is. So when you start telling stepdad all the horror stories that you went through with him, he says, but you love this guy?
To my girls and to my girls only, date the nice guy. Do you hear me? Date the nice guy. Date the nice guy. Leave them toxic men alone. And let me tell you why. I started dating this guy back in 2023. Met him while I was out minding my business. Was not looking for anybody. Just having a good time with my girls. Met him. Fast forward, we started dating, going out. He was planning dates. When I tell you, every week, I was somewhere at least twice a week. Anybody know me? I'm a homebody. But I was living for it. I was glad like I had a man that was stepping up, doing stuff. Wasn't asking me where you want to go, what restaurant you like just making plans. Loved that. 3 months into the dating, he actually ended up buying me this ring and asking me to be his girlfriend. Of course I said yes at the time. I was so excited. I was like, yes. I even told my best friend, told my sister, mama, everybody. I was so excited. But shortly after, I was like, I don't know. He's too nice. We don't argue, blah, blah, blah. It's just too perfect. It's just too much. Too perfect, too perfect. I don't like it. That was a toxic in me.
Exactly. Keep in mind, this was a guy she met. Dating going good. She's always out. He's treating her good, but she doesn't understand it. And this is the problem that most African American women are going to face, because you don't have a father in your life, so you don't know what a real man is supposed to do. Let's see how this story goes.
That I need to work on. So I actually ended up cutting things off with him. Fast forward, I started dating other people, going out. And I shortly realized, like, there was nothing out there for me.
Peep that. Good guy, she got rid of him and decided to start to hit the streets again. And when she hits the streets again, she realized that it's nothing but dogs in the streets. It's nothing but the bad boy in the streets. It's nothing but excitement in the streets. Those are the guys that was tapping the cheeks and sending her back home. So after getting her cheeks clapped a couple times, now she wants to go back to the nice guy. This is why, men, stop picking up the phone whenever she hits you with that high stranger when you know she done ditched you.
Guys I was dating with the same old guys. The same typical guys didn't want to open the door for you. Want to go 50-50 with you on everything. Just guys that did not know how to love or even receive love. And I was over it. I was like, I'm not going for it. I don't want to do it no more.
The problem is, why leave something good? Put yourself in a horror story just to remind you that you had something good. This is the problem that's happening with modern women. You don't know what you want. All you know is that you want mood changes. You want things to feel uncomfortable at all times. So you seek that. You're living your life like you're trying to write a book after.
In 2024, I was out at a brunch with my friends, and I actually ended up seeing him there. And we ended up talking, reconnecting, chit-chatting, etc. You know, just having a good time. Not thinking too much of it. Really didn't pursue anything after that, him or me. We kind of would talk here and there, but nothing serious. Fast forward a couple months, maybe like I'm gonna say maybe like 2 months after that, I ended up hitting him up because I was sick, and me and my oldest son was sick, and I had asked him. I said, "Hey, do you mind getting us something to eat, me and the kids, and getting us some medicine?"
Think about that. Out the blue, she's sick, at home, bored with her son, and what does she say? Let me call up the nice guy. Why? Because he has already showed a sign of being a simp. Let me test and see how much I can get away after dealing with the bad boys. That's what women do. When they get dogged out by bad men, they try to find a simp to make up for all the losses that they took.
Do you mind? And he was like, no, not at all. I was like, I'll send you the money. He was like, okay, cool. So he goes, gets us what we want, gets us medicine, brings it back. I was like, hey, how much it was? He was like, don't worry about it. Or I don't remember, something like that. And I was like, okay, I see where we're going with this. I see what you're doing. But thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. So fast forward, next day he ended up texting me. And he was like, hey, how are you feeling? How your son feeling? And I was like, well, I still not feeling good. He's not feeling good. And he was like, well, I can bring you some vapor rub for your chest. And I was like, no, you don't have to. And he was like, no, I want to. I don't mind bringing it. I'm going to be out. I don't mind. So he brings the vapor rub. When he comes, he gives me a hug. And I'm like, oh, you smell good. Like, if you know, you know. I love a man that smells good.
And this is how a lot of these guys get sucked up, thinking that the nice guy that they was is finally starting to pay off when she's not really seeing the light. She's just looking for an emotional slave. For you to come from the other side of town over just to bring her some vapor rub, she knew, I got it.
But he ended up hugging me. He smells good. And I'm like, oh my God, you smell so good. And he was like, what if I put the smell on a bear? I left this part out. So he's in the military. So he was actually leaving probably like a week or so after that to get stationed somewhere else. And I was like, yeah, that'd be nice, but not thinking too much of it. Because
if he's leaving to get stationed somewhere else, why would you even take the chance on the relationship knowing that you won't be able to see this man?
Again, we had literally just really started back talking. It wasn't even nothing serious or anything. And he texts me later on that day after he leaves. I go lay down. He texts me, he's like, can I drop something by your house? Or can I bring something by or something like that? And I was like, yeah, sure. Not even thinking. He shows up with this bear. It actually still smells like him. He sprayed his cologne all over this bear, and it still smells like him.
Of course, the bear is still gonna smell like him if he sprayed the cologne. But why is she so gullible about this situation?
right now still smells like him. And it's been over, I'm gonna say a month or so since he's actually left, or so, and it still smells like him. It smells so good. Oh my God. But I was like, when I tell y'all I was cheesing so freaking hard, I was like, oh. So after that, I was like, dang, like, I don't want to miss my opportunity. And sometimes you just got to go for what you know. Like, you have to go for it. And it's okay. Because in this situation, like, even though he pursued me initially, I feel like I kind of pursued him at this point. Because I'm like, nah, I don't want him to get away from me. Like, nah, this is a good man. It's a good man, Savannah. So we ended up just chatting still, him checking on me days. And so he came over one day to bring me something. We were standing outside on my back patio, and we were just talking, chit-chatting. And this is right here how I knew. I was like, this is a good man. Like, I already knew he was a good man, but he just keeps amazing me. Like, he keeps doing things, and it's like, this cannot be real.
Of course, you have a simp that lives in another state that's still willing to spend money and try to help you out. That's desperation. Any woman would want that type of guy. He doesn't even live around you.
And I was telling him about the next morning I had to get up, take the kids to school, and it was cold outside, and I had to get up and go warm my car up, etc. And he's like, I can come over in the morning, warm your car up, no problem. I was like, no, don't do that. Like, it ain't that deep. I get up and warm the car up. It's going to be early in the morning. He texts me the next morning. It was like, good morning, beautiful. I was like, good morning. And he's like, do me a favor. I said, yes. And he said, bring your keys to the door. What? When I tell y'all I was smiling so hard, because what do you mean bring my keys to the door?
This is a sign that she's burnt out, because she clearly told him not to come over. He did a stalker move and came over, and she likes it when a man is stalking her. The average woman walking around would have been like, all right, bro, you're doing a little bit too much at this point. But she's okay with it because she's burnt out, even knowing this man is about to leave to a whole nother state, trying his last little bit of chance to clap cheeks before he leaves. And she don't even see it.
What are you talking about? Why are you outside? But I'm not going to argue with you. So I go take my keys to the door. He goes up there and warms my car up. Not only did he come over at 6 o'clock that morning to make sure my car was heated before we got in it, because we leave around 6:30ish or so to get into the bus stop. He stays, waits, heats my car up, comes and bring me my keys back. After he gets my car heated, waiting on us to get dressed and ready, because we're not ready. We literally had just woke up. Brings my keys back, and then he leaves. I've never, in my 34 years of living, have ever had a man do that, like, to do that for me, ever. And I've been married before. Never have I ever had that.
I tell most dudes, especially black dudes, when it's all said and done, you would be an emotional slave to a black woman. That's the only way you gonna win, is when she rejecting you and you keep coming back.
Never. I was like, what? Like, yeah. And I knew at that moment, that was my man. That was my man. I was like, that is my man. From that day forward, I was like, that's mine. And he didn't have to ask me to be his girlfriend again, because, baby, I was already claiming him. Do you hear me? He's mine. That's my man. That's going to be my husband. I'm speaking that to existence because I already know it. That's the man that God has for me. The way that man moves and jumps for me and my kids, and not only me and my kids, his kids, is unmatched.
You didn't like it at the beginning of the relationship. You only liked it after you got your cheeks clapped by a lot of dudes and they sent you back into the streets and you went back to the guy that you know that you can manipulate. I feel sorry for him. You got a guy to be your emotional slave, but he's probably not gonna get treated the same back because you're too excited on how he treats you. When it's all said and done, I tell guys you have no control over who you like. But when it comes to a single mother, it's best to just date them. You live in your own separate house and always have one foot in and one foot out. Get in the comments and talk to me and let me know exactly what would you do in this situation. And definitely watch more videos, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. If this is your first time, see you on the next video.